That's a fucking lie. We know you have a topic.
You have to have a topic.
No, what? I don't actually plan for this shit. Usually it's something I don't.
It's like 4 weeks since the last time we recorded.
It's true.
No, it's been over a month.
4 weeks.
No, over a month. Like, actually over a month.
Like 6 weeks.
6 weeks?
5.
5 weeks.
Yeah, it was the 1st of July was our last one.
See, like, how I generate ideas is that the day of recording...
Same, actually.
I just ask the editor, what do you think?
Oh.
And then she just gives me an idea, like, thank you. And then that's how I do it.
Hello, and welcome to Isn't It Obvious? I'm your host for today's episode, Micah. And joining me is Phil and Sera, as always. And my topic, for however boring it may be, isn't it obvious that federal elected representatives should not have a present or absent vote? They have to vote for or against any legislature that reaches them.
Ah, shit. You posed this question to me, you goddamn bastard, at work the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And
They shouldn't have, like, a null vote. They should either be for or against anything that comes at them. Because they are the ones that are dictating laws. And any bit that is a present or non-vote, look at you, Kyrsten Sinema, is bullshit. They should plant their flag and have voters respond to how they vote on every single piece of legislation.
What if you don't know how you feel about...
You're a representative that is paid to make decisions on these things.
Yeah, but what if you...
A shrug is not what a representative should do.
I disagree.
Because they're doing it politically, often.
I think sometimes abstaining is not the worst thing. Even if it's political. But, like, sometimes you don't want to, like, move on something.
Why?
Sometimes you don't want to, because if you take an action and it's the wrong one.
Oh, so you're saying that'd be something that would be against your constituents' wishes? Of whom you're there to represent?
Well, okay, maybe it's for their wishes, but their wishes are wrong. Like, here's okay.
Okay.
People are stupid, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right?
Not disagreeing.
People are stupid. And sometimes they want something, they think they want something, but they don't really realize what the consequences down the road are actually going to be. Or they don't care what the consequences are going to be for other people that it might hurt, even though they themselves might benefit. I think it is maybe in the best interest for a representative to consider not only their constituents, but also the impact on others who are not their constituents, but are still maybe part of their cohesive country. Like,
That's a bold statement in these times.
It is. But I mean, as a representative, yes, you are representing your constituents, but you should also have a fucking conscience for other people that may not be your specific constituents.
But if you have that conscience where you are going to vote against your constituencies because you as their representative find error and flaw in the law that is presented to you, shouldn't your no vote against that, or yes vote if it's the obverse, wouldn't that be more declarative of a statement? And then that, even though it may be against your constituents' wants, a 51-49 split of who you represent, shouldn't you, as that politician, then defend your position on that to then inform your electorate on why you made that decision?
I think you should.
As opposed to, like, I'm just here, but I don't want to weigh in on this.
I kind of think maybe if you have the option to abstain, maybe you have to defend your reason for not voting one way or the other. Maybe then, because I agree, like, you should, like, it would be better to take a stand in most cases, especially if it's, going to further or stop something that you don't want happening.
Much like, restriction of reproductive rights that's usually happening everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, thank you, Kansas, for
doing what the rest of the country should be fucking doing.
Yes. Thank you for setting a good example, hopefully.
I love that the GOP tried to, like, slide that under the rug.
Well, nice try.
Up until they were like, oh, but a lot of the Republicans are voting, and a lot of Republicans are actually pro-choice or just don't fucking care.
Well, what if... Okay, sorry, back on topic. What if the representative... That's not our podcast. What is this?
We start with a premise, and then all of us try independently to not talk about that premise.
Sometimes they talk about it.
It's occasional.
Like, should the
Oh, it's
sugar
good.
be taxed?
Yeah.
It should.
Are planes cool?
No.
Planes are kind of... The idea of planes are cool.
Trains are way the fuck better.
They
it's
are.
a more efficient use of energy.
Yeah. We should have...
Why do
better
we
trains.
have printers when everything is just digital?
Why don't we have, like...
Because
no, you're
sometimes it's nice to have a hard copy. Did you not see the HBO Plus thing that just went away
Yeah,
with
but we should, like, do something
major
like
films?
thermal printing instead of the freaking ink because ink is way too expensive.
Well, yeah, but we need to get into crystal printing.
Tablets, man. Just
No,
stone
you
and chisel
have
it
a
up.
crystalline thing, and then you just
I like the tablet idea.
No, it's a
where
3D
we just-
binary. For fuck's sake, we're not going back to cuneiform.
Okay, so back on topic.
Like it's sticking.
Back on topic, everyone.
I brought up cuneiform.
Excuse me while I grab my sheepdog.
No.
Anyway.
So fluffy. Okay.
So fluffy.
Teeth are so sharp.
Right, back on topic.
So
You have to justify. No, you have to justify your reason for abstaining.
Your abstaining vote, as opposed to justifying your yay or nay vote.
I mean, you could do that too if it's against
So
your
then, why would
constituents.
abstaining be a valid option if you're at the federal level?
Well, I mean, really all you would do, because this is the politic answer, I have not been able to consider all options.
Then you're hung for treason.
No.
No one gets hung for treason.
I'm sorry.
We need to bring it back.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing.
God, we need to bring it back. There are some motherfuckers in this country who need to be hung.
I think you're just very violent. You're just a very angry, violent person who wants to see
Retributive
other
justice
people. Is not
has its place.
I'm a restorative justice, philosophy.
Yeah, but dumb fucks gotta fear that maybe they'll die if they keep doing bad actions. But so far, we only
we can talk
protect bad actions.
We can talk about justice in the next podcast because that's where we're going. Let's, for now, forget the treason bit.
have some scotch, right? We'll need that for
Oh
next
yeah, we'll
The
have some
sheepdog is
scotch.
back.
Okay, Phil,
I got some
fun episode tonight.
Yeah.
Oh.
I've got some very excellent 18-year
What?
Talisker.
What? Oh, man. Take the hell of a week to stop sniffing glue.
God dang it.
It's an airplane reference from Gary Busey in the...
Nope.
It's not Gary Busey.
Wasn't that him?
No.
I thought-
That was, an airplane?
Yeah.
That was the white-haired dude who's, like, running everything from the, tower?
Like-
no, he's, like, an old serious actor.
Oh.
Much like Liam Neeson. Not Liam Neeson.
Leslie Nielsen.
Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah.
Are you thinking
God,
of
fucking similar.
Debussy?
Also-
Claire de Lune?
Which is by far my favorite band.
But also, both of them were incredibly serious actors before they got into deadpan comedy in like the '60s in their old age,
I always thought
and
he
fucking killed it.
I watched it when I was like a teenager, and I thought like, oh, that's Gary Busey.
Oh, it's great. It doesn't age well, but what is funny is great.
I think it ages well compared
These two,
to.
I
I mean, it
swear to
doesn't,
fucking
but
God.
Sheepdog is back. Okay, so you're saying
Come on, takes the earplugs and swallows them. Brilliant. Take these as well.
so you're saying you have 18-year-old scotch, basically.
Yes.
That's
No,
going to
no,
be
no,
for
let's
the
get back
next
to
week
the
episode. No, this is the topic now.
Sorry, Micah.
I would have gone for the 20
Sorry, Mike,
from
sorry, me. Pity me. Sorry. Okay.
20 from Lagavulin, but I'm
really-
in LA
Wow.
purist.
What? I'm sorry, say that one more time.
Lagavulin from the or no, it's Isle of Skye.
Talisker is the only one from Isle of Skye.
Is it?
Yeah.
Where's
is-
Lagavulin from?
I don't know.
All right, I have to interject to the listener. Right now, I'm on a self-imposed not drinking so much stage. I drink a little bit, like non-alcoholic beer, which is like 0.5% alcohol.
Just drink kombucha.
What's kombucha?
Fermented mushroom. It also is slightly alcoholic.
You know
but
what's
apparently has a lot of
really-
antioxidants.
Oh.
So I just recovered from COVID and I lost my taste. The way I figured out that I lost my taste, I tried to drink play my violin. I tried to drink a little shot of whiskey, because I was celebrating my fever breaking.
Yeah.
I had a really
one worse into another worse.
Yes, and then I
I love
drank
that.
it, and it tasted like burning water, and I'm like, oh no, and then I spiraled into like despair and depression. But here's the thing: there's no fucking point in drinking if you can't taste it.
Not
Micah
true.
disagrees, and
It's
this
not
is
true.
this is like an "Isn't It Obvious" episode, maybe.
Yeah.
Not my.
Well, clearly
Not this next
we
one.
have
Yeah.
a different
Drinking
we have a
I
different
like the
electrochemical
flavor.
response to
I
alcohol.
love the flavor of alcohol.
I do too.
There's
That's
no-
why I drink harsh stuff so I can taste it.
Yeah, but you just said, wait, let me get the record straight. So if I'm going to abstain from this argument because I have nothing to gain or lose here, so
Well,
it
no,
makes
you're the
sense that
moderator.
I would have to just
Oh my
not-
god, we actually have a moderator for a topic.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But you can abstain from a vote. There's
You
no
can
point in
abstain,
drinking
yeah, because I
if
have
you can't
no-
taste it.
I have
And you
So there's
can't.
no point in voting if it doesn't affect you?
or affect my constituents,
Well,
I guess.
what's the vote here? There's no point to vote
Well, we're not
yes or
doing
no.
prohibition because we have
Yeah.
two amendments, one that deals with it, one that
There's no
undoes
point
the
in
dealing with
drinking
it.
if you don't have flavor. And you're saying there
disagree.
is, and you disagree because you're getting you.
No,
think
there's the
getting
biochemical
drunk-
response to alcohol, and that can be pleasurable.
I mean, you can get that with other things without having without having.
But those things taste bad, so you should just stocked up on Kharkov.
Wait, so... Wait. So you're saying that although you enjoy alcohol with taste, you're not going to dismiss other people's preferences just to drink vodka, which is just,
burning
if-
water.
burning water.
If their goal is to achieve what alcohol does to the human brain, I will not deny anyone their path to that objective. If it's Fireball, if it's, Svedka's fine,
I
but
love Svedka. That's my vodka of choice.
it's a great mixing vodka.
It's so great. It's not
It's
like,
not great neat.
well, most vodkas aren't.
No, some vodka. Kettle One.
Some are.
Kettle One is great neat. That's like my Jameson level because I can take Jameson neat.
I used to take Duck Grey Duck. It's a Minnesota vodka company. I just take
Adorable.
it neat because,
Yeah.
Because
But also,
I like...
you're spreading Minnesota flavor. I was like that with fecking, which
What in the
I-
fucking heck?
yeah, that was their game. But also, in college when I was poor, fecking was like $12 for a liter.
Wow.
Oh, that's
So
affordable.
$20.
But also kind of expensive for
Cries.
poor kids.
Yeah. So in college, after donating plasma, go to the liquor store with 20 of the $50 I made and get a liter of Svedka and a 6-pack of Steel Reserve. Of which the whiskey was the chaser. Because Steel Reserve is abhorrent.
Ick.
So yeah, I do slightly look down on malt liquor drinkers. But I get addiction, and in a pinch you need some shit that's real gross. Just get the monkey off your back.
I don't know if you need it, right?
See-
like at this
Addiction.
point, no. Like at this
It-
point,
This was
You-
me just being poor and not dealing well with the weight of coming from a small fish pond, like small fish in a small pond, to small fish in the metropolis.
yeah.
In a lake.
Yeah, not a fuck. This is a sea.
I mean, some lakes are as big as the sea.
Universe.
Lake
You're really getting
Superior.
semantic on this.
Yes.
This is where we're gonna die on this hill.
I am going to die in this lake.
See, actually,
See, like,
technically
this-
speaking.
this-
Of
Slake.
humanity. No, okay.
Boo.
I would say that if you're drinking just to get drunk, I don't agree with this philosophy. It feels like a little,
Sad
destructive.
and destructive.
Yeah, but
None of what I'm saying is good. I just understand that bit of psychology.
fair enough.
Drinking to get a buzz is one thing. Drinking to get fucking smashed and drunk off your fucking whatever.
Some people have pain, Sarah, and some people have pain that they can't explain, and that pain is only soothed by self-destruction.
This is true, but I think
Get jiggy with it.
I think that
I didn't intend to go with that song, but that's definitely where I went.
you should talk to a therapist, maybe, if you got.
Yeah, that
if
costs
you have
money,
It
and being
does.
poor
Oh wait,
sucks.
you're right. We don't have money or health care. Well,
This is
alcohol it is then, everyone.
It's a great way to, self-medicate,
yeah.
unfortunately.
The high taxation on cigarettes is attack on the poor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It's a regressive tax.
but
for
it
sure.
also hopefully. I
Or like
hope
any crime that's only
dissuades
punishable by a fine is really only a crime for the poor.
Okay, so
Thank you, Final Fantasy
I,
Tactics.
while I agree that yes, that's probably true, I also think it does dissuade people from smoking. because it is so expensive.
True.
I think it does. The economics of it.
But that's not addressing the issue. That's addressing a symptom.
Sometimes, Micah.
Half loaf of bread, man.
There's. I mean, well, it's the reason why we it's why fucking Republicans every time say, well, it's not a gun issue, it's a mental health issue, and you're like, okay, well, you're not 100% wrong there.
So you'd be fine with anyone who wants to buy a gun going through a full psychological review?
No, that's against the First and that's against the Second Amendment.
And this is
but it's not.
the Band-Aid that Democrats are trying.
Gunshot wound?
The Band-Aid on this gunshot wound that's hemorrhaging onto the fucking pavement right now that the Democrats are proposing is more gun control.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fucking Band-Aid.
Yeah.
But it would help.
It would help. If you raise the age from 18 to 21,
just like
you would stop a lot of school shootings.
Just like raising the price of cigarettes is a dissuasion to people from starting that bad addiction.
But it's not that it's a bad addiction because you're not dealing with the companies that are making it addictive. You could have just nicotine-based supplements that can give that same calming effect but not have the same carcinogenic side effects that cigarettes have. So it's not that you're imposing a tax to dissuade people. You are...
I think you are. But it's two things can be true at the same time.
Yeah, but it's like you're still not dealing with the addiction, and the addiction is out of control. That they need this stimulant to calm them down.
Well, in my opinion, not that it matters at all. I always find it funny that tobacco can just go like, "Hey, buy here, man." It's like, wait, do we have evidence that this is good for you? I don't know. Do you have evidence that it's highly addictive once people use it? Oh yeah, it's really addictive.
And it's detrimental to the health.
Oh yeah, absolutely terrible.
Hey, you want this fifth vodka too?
For sure. It's like, wait, so... But I want to sell this cheeseburger. Oh, you can't do that. Not without federal inspection. That could be dangerous for you. It's like, wait a minute. So like...
Hold up.
Well, there are...
Hold up.
There are those types of regulations in the cigarette industry. Because... their introduction of carcinogens are legal to help the flavor.
Oh, sure. I mean...
It's like how detrimental Coca-Cola is to the human body.
It's pretty bad.
Or
have you ever seen what it does to your bones?
Oh, yeah. Teeth.
And teeth.
Oh, I just remember Red Bull being poured on a
pancreas
rear window of a car, and like somebody tapped it with a hammer that would not break these windows, but because of just what was in the Red Bull. And that also could be a very fake video, but I saw that.
That could be a very fake video.
I'm going back to Monster. I'm going to look at no video about how bad Monster is.
Okay.
Well, in my opinion on this, it's like, it's so weird. It's like motorcycle laws. Like, hey, you gotta wear your seatbelt, Phil. You can't just drive your car without a seatbelt. How dare you? It's like, well, okay, okay, officer, I'll wear my seatbelt. I always do anyway because I'm a nerd in a square. But what about that motorcycle guy who only has sunglasses and a really shitty, I don't know, Honda, Yamaha, whatever, like, super fast car that has no control. Like, what about that guy? Oh, he's following the law. He's wearing sunglasses. It's okay. But, sir, it's night. Well, you just have to have eye protection in Minnesota. But anyway, you need to get your seatbelt on. How dare you? It's like, wait, why is it... Like, we share the same road. Like,
also, Mr. Anderson, I wear my sunglasses at night. It's a great song!
It is. All right, now here's your $150 fine. I don't get it. It's like, this is not logically consistent. I don't understand why they can get away with it, and yet I'm not advocating against seatbelts, but the laws seem really strange.
The practicality of making a motorcyclist wear a seatbelt is
amateur physics questions
pointless. Here. It is pointless.
Amateur physics questions here. If a motorcycle were to get into an accident, would it benefit or hinder the operator if they were adhered to their vehicle?
No.
As opposed to...
You have a nice protective steel cage around you that you want to stay in
as opposed to a log that you probably want to be nowhere near because it's going to be flippy dippy.
Yeah, you'd rather be thrown into the ditch than stuck on your motorcycle and be dragged into... Yeah, no.
Most states have a back plate that's by law. Like, you need a helmet and you need a leather jacket and you need something with a backplate.
Yeah.
I don't think Minnesota is one of those states, and I think it's more like highway use than it is normal street.
My argument to the officer is the whole hypothetical imaginary situation is...
Motorcycle ownership is like drinking or cigarettes. Like, hey, this will probably kill you.
Yeah, but have fun.
Yeah, that's all it is. You're an adult. You're over 21, right?
You be
all right,
careful.
Cool, here you go.
You be careful and you might live.
Yeah.
It drives me bonkers because I'm like, I don't want motorcyclists to wear seatbelts. I want motorcyclists to not exist. Like, I don't understand the fact that they're so dangerous. And yet, if I want to buy a Chinese car that's $5,000, that's electric and it has a 200-mile range, and the only problem is it doesn't pass a 5-point safety test that the National Highway Transportation...
not? Just like the roll cage really has to be stripped down for urban use?
It's just it doesn't pass because, I don't know.
Because they don't
have the same side impact
sounds
or something?
like bureaucracy or sounds like competition that they don't want.
It's different safety regulations because most American vehicles need to have a support beam to protect against T-bones.
I mean,
and that adds a lot of weight to a vehicle.
These are very reasonable things, right? And I'm saying that, okay, if China actually does want to sell here, then they have to adhere to these really reasonable laws or regulations. But it does sound like A, regulatory capture, and B, there's a fucking motorcycle on the road. Like, you don't mind? Like, so if I took this Chinese car, just had 2 wheels on it, it's fine. What the fuck is the point here?
Have you never been to Hanoi? Where everybody's just riding motorcycles? And there are no traffic laws?
And they just
that's not true.
I feel like we had this discussion in our last year's podcast.
Like Southeast Asia and their use of motorcycles. And India too.
Like a sea of fish.
Sea of fish. Yep, that was exact. That was the same comment.
That scares me more than being cut off on the highway.
I'm just saying... The rules and laws in Minnesota is so weird that like, hey, what are you selling here? Oh, I'm selling this bread or this. I'm selling these eggs, and I'm selling them European style, which means that they don't get refrigerated right away, but you have to clean them before you use them. So that's how European eggs work. Oh, that's against the law. You can get really sick this way. It's like, no, if you follow the rules, the EU does this. They have EU MDR. It's fine. I'm just gonna do it here. No, that's very dangerous. You could possibly get
salmonella.
Wait, not for personal use. It'd be only if you sell.
Yeah, if I sell, it's like that is completely out of line.
You
like,
can do your own on your own property or whatever.
Is there any addictive properties in this? Like, no. It's like, well,
I don't know.
cigarettes.
We've had a lot of problem with egg in the inner cities. Just kids snorting raw egg. It's very dangerous.
Just licking the salmonella right off the shell.
Yeah. You lick the shell and crack it right in your nose.
But it's like, well, can I buy all these cigarettes? Oh yeah, you can buy all the cigarettes you want. It's like, I don't understand these rules. Like, why does that one get a huge pass? And all these other things that other countries do that are also very safe.
Excuse me, Mr. Anderson. Do you know how much Tyson pays us?
Is that chicken chlorinated? Why would I want to do that? That's gross.
It makes it whiter.
In the U.S., it's mandatory. All chicken must be chlorinated. But the EU doesn't do that, and we can't sell chicken there because they consider it to be terribly gross. Well, fuck you. Anyway, yeah,
as Micah would say, capitalism.
But it's capitalism that doesn't...
No, it does. It does if you're limiting the options for your, actual profitable X. Mm-hmm. You know?
Whatever profit.
If people could have just chickens in their backyard, or if you have, communal coops or something that generates any bit of a profit... That cuts into whatever company wants to make a profit by the rules they made, regardless how arbitrary.
Even though if you
which is why abstaining or present votes are fucking dumb.
Wait. I have an idea.
Also, I think senators should be like NASCAR racers, where their blazers are full of whoever gives them money.
Absolutely.
Guys, I have an idea for a communal egg coop. Okay, hear me out. Someone owns the chickens, and they give away the eggs. But you are only in the egg gifting community if you also pay for the upkeep of the chickens. You're not actually buying the eggs. They're gifts. Mm-hmm. But you are, feeding the chickens. And then just as a thank you gift for, promoting the chicken welfare, you get
for your subscription.
For your
to this podcast of raising chickens.
Yes.
Where our Patreon supporters get eggs.
Yes, we send you eggs in the mail.
I feel like
they might come a little yolky.
What if we sold the eggs?
It only delivered to the Minneapolis metropolitan area.
We sell egg cartons, but they come with free complimentary
Eggs.
eggs.
We can get around this, and we just have little
And we call
instructions. Wash the eggs
Yeah.
before you
And we
use.
call them
Not for human use.
Not for human use. Yes.
Not for human use. These are just complimentary
Only
eggs.
lizards.
Not for human use.
Only lizards.
But if you use them,
No,
just
no, no,
wash them
what
off.
about-
Yes, but if you do use them, you must wash them.
Yeah, for your lizards.
But if we just stamp them with not for oral use, can we get around all that? Like a
Not-
silica packet? Like just put do not eat on these eggs.
Do you know
but
eat, but people will eat them anyway?
no, but here's the thing. When you wash that off, that goes away, so you can eat them.
Oh, perfect.
Right?
All right. Well,
Brilliant.
Legally, we put the warning. Gosh, I guess if something happens.
another million.
There's no guarantee that that's alright.
They weren't purchased, so
Yeah.
they were gifts.
They were.
There was no money exchanged for the eggs.
Yeah, I feel like that's totally.
There was only
reasonable.
money exchange for our podcast and the entertainment value that people get from ASMR
No,
listening to chicken coops.
They,
Yeah. Move over, lo-fi girl. We got the newest, hottest thing on YouTube. The cute coop.
Oh.
the cuckoo.
No, cute coop.
I don't like it.
You gotta make it kitschy.
It's too many.
And there's just a microphone in a 100 chicken coop.
I
Yeah.
don't like it.
We're working on
We'll
it.
workshop
Have you
for
seen
that.
chickens? They're fucking cute.
It's patent pending, guys.
Some of them are.
Oh,
Especially the
little
ones at the
ones?
state fair.
Oh, those little silky ones.
I love
Silky
the ones with the
chickens.
moat, like the frohawks or whatever,
Mhm.
the feathery poofs on their heads.
Did see a real fun video of a farmer coming up to a cat that was in his coop. That was just laying down, and noticed that a hen was kind of pacing, not agitatedly, but slightly pacing
It's like, what's going on?
and looking. The farmer just lifts up the cat's ass and it's over the eggs.
Oh.
I really love.
Here.
Okay, but on the other
Yeah.
flip side, I've also seen a video of a chicken just roosting on a litter of kittens, and that
Mhm.
was fucking
Oh,
cute. They
that's
just
awesome.
lifted up the chicken, and there was some kittens under there just being real cute and warm. Oh my god, my heart.
Until those kittens grow into cats and eat the chickens.
I mean, true. They were
No,
they're chicken
they
babies
eat the mice.
in the coop. Yes.
Yeah, and then the fox come in and eat the cats and the chicken.
Yeah.
And
They have a
mice.
common enemy.
Actually, it's usually.
That's what the dogs are for.
I mean, I was gonna say.
Oh yeah. See?
It takes a whole hierarchy on a farm to make it safe.
Yeah, George Rolls.
God damn it, Emmanuel!
It's not always a fox. Sometimes it's a coyote. The coyote.
This is Minnesota, it's foxes.
Oh, we have coyotes too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to acknowledge that we have coyotes
We have
because
coyotes.
it's Minnesota. We have
Actually,
all the cute shit, so we have foxes.
Even in the suburbs, there are coyotes.
Mhm.
I've seen them walking down the street,
Oh.
just don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Smoking cigarettes,
Yeah.
driving a fucking motorcycle, abstaining from votes.
Drinking
Yes.
Kharkov.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Go
We're
Trump!
talking about voting.
Wait,
Okay.
I think the real reason why they do this for abstaining isn't it because they don't want to be caught in the situation where it's election season.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck that. They have to say yes or no on anything that comes up to them. They're at the federal level. We don't look at NFL players and give them a pass when they have a minor transgression that'd be fine for college ball. No, fuck that. If you're going with this as
I
a
don't
sports
think
thing, which is how
sport-
America is teaching or
I don't like
treating our fucking democracy,
I don't
as opposed to laws that actually affect us all, it's just a fucking team sport now.
I don't-
They're at the highest level. So they get the least amount of breaks. So there should be no, I'm just here.
I feel
I
like-
disagree. I have to respectfully disagree.
What about poison pill laws, where on the name of it,
Again, this is only federal level. How many federal level poison pill
No,
laws
no, no.
are there?
I
Well,
want
there's quite a
to
few.
explain to us who don't know me what the poison pill law is.
there was one for the USPS, which was going to fund them by raising the stamp, because the USPS, the United States Postal Service, can't raise their own
That
stamp.
wasn't
Yeah.
poison
Right.
pill. That was attempted assassination.
Well,
Because they paid
Isn't
off.
that what a
they-
poison pill does?
No, no.
Kills
tomato.
you. Tomato, tomato.
They paid off that
Spelled the
debt,
same.
and then they put into Joy to fuck it up even more. So we only have private mail carriers and not a federal thing.
yeah.
So what was put ahead was USPS had to pay forward all of the retirement of all of their employees.
Even for employees that do not yet exist.
Yes,
And so
which
that's-
is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, no
But-
other fucking industry.
Yeah, the
no
Senate
other-
doesn't do that.
No other anything does that.
No. And it was something that a whole lot of people that were supported by FedEx and UPS put in to kill USPS.
Yeah, because they want to privatize. Okay,
Yeah.
I feel like there are classic cases of poison pill, but the
I don't
name.
think federally.
I think that there are federal ones. I mean,
I don't
we
think
can't
that-
Google it, but let's
Well, right, but
I
I-
want to hear Phil talk about it.
But they're not as egregious as a lot of the state-level poison pills, where as soon as Roe v. Wade is not protected, they had instantaneous anti-abortion bills that went into law without a current vote.
Well,
I think that's more... That's my perception of a poison pill.
yeah. Okay, fair enough on that. Those are trigger poison
Trigger bills, but I think that's a poison pill, where, like, if Roe v. Wade were ever to go away, these things would be more draconian. That's my view.
How about a better example for me is the 2001, 2002 when they had the Patriot Act passed. And then it's like, well, man, you're not a patriot if you don't vote for this Patriot Act, eh? You
Even
know.
though it was a
Hey,
fucking
not only
bad
that, we're
idea.
eating
Yeah.
freedom
Wasn't
fries.
there one woman who was like...
She had one woman. That was it.
one woman who was like, let's just hold on a minute.
Mhm.
We don't have all the information.
Mhm.
I don't want to vote for this without having all the information. This is where I would say an abstain
makes sense.
makes sense.
But wouldn't you being the one no vote be more
No.
impactful than a 99 yes and one abstain?
No, because it's not like you're against it if it's for the good. You just don't know if it's for the good yet.
Yeah.
How broadly it was written, nothing about the Patriot Act was for the good.
Well,
It allowed government spying on the citizen, which is antithetical to American ideals.
That's what you think.
well, okay. So for anyone who was of voting age,
Sorry, as a constitutionalist, it's against what they wanted.
Yeah, sure.
and was politically aware of what's going on, like, I don't know, the 1 out of 100 people, there are dozens of us, that saw the Patriot Act coming through and realizing that this is a shit show. It's a shit show that you can't ever fix. That's going to be there forever, right? You can't
No,
ever...
not forever. It's just
It's
it has to be
But it's gonna
dismantled
sit
piece
there.
by piece. Like ICE needs to go away, the NSA needs to go away, Department of Homeland Security needs to go away because they are detrimental to the American way.
Yeah, this is kind of like,
what
Congress...
would have happened if they had all voted no?
If they all voted no, then we wouldn't have spent 20 years in Afghanistan and Iraq.
Mm-hmm.
And
But-
we might have had 1 or 2 international terrorist attacks in the country, because it's not like we were going to skimp on FBI or
1
CIA
or 2
funding.
attacks in the country where
International.
3,000
We'd still
people
have
would die?
And how many shootings have we had since 2001 that have led to way more than 3,000 deaths from domestic terrorism?
Just because we have 50,000, fatalities in highways does not mean that we
I'm
can't...
saying-
No, but I'm talking about specifically
But
The million people who died in
But to
COVID,
prevent-
but aside from those
no,
people...
no.
yeah,
Like individuals.
well, you're right.
No, but individuals taking direct actions to end the lives of other people.
Uh-huh.
And the Patriot Act has stopped very few of those.
Yeah.
Because yet, they still happen domestically. The Patriot Act may have stopped international attacks. They may have stopped some type of copycat type things. But if you had the same regulations for the airline industry, if you incorporated some of the other port entry things that the Patriot Act brought in, but left out the domestic surveillance of communication, I don't know if we'd be in that much more different of a world.
Well, there's only one way to never find out.
Yeah.
No, I have a time machine. But I'm going by the remake of The Time Machine. So
Oh.
I created it to figure out who killed Kennedy. I'm never going to look into who killed Kennedy. Because that's what gave me the inspiration to make The Time Machine. As long as I never go back and try and fix what happened to Kennedy, I should be able to
too
fix
late.
any other problem. Right?
This tracks, yeah.
Yeah.
Why is Hitler still in my memory?
Yeah, well, you gotta break a few
Okay.
raw eggs in Europe
Ironically,
in order to make an omelet.
in order for the time
I see
machine
how
to
it is.
exist...
Sad part, I think somebody else has a time machine too, and they've been saving Hitler every time we've sent back an assassin.
Well,
I have 13 kids. They've all gone back in time. Nothing have returned.
I just wanted to say that of all time machine theories, it's very strange that Kermit the Frog is related to 9/11. I just want to say, I know we talk about 9/11 a lot. It's like a flashbulb moment in our lives, but it's very weird, right? That in the Muppets movie where they had a time machine and they kind of say, Kermit, if you never existed, this is what would happen in the world, and they show what's going on, but then they pan New York and the 2 towers are still there. Because they filmed that before 9/11 happened, and they released it a bit after, right? So I find it just how is Kermit related to 9/11? I'm just saying.
I'm going to channel the only voice of truth I can think of to explain this to you.
Okay.
When you look at the fluoride in the water and how certain the frog's gay, that's how Kermit the Frog caused 9/11.
Fair enough. I should have saw that coming.
I knew it this whole time.
I knew it.
That's it. It's been 40 minutes of recording for one real shitty Alex Jones joke.
It's worth it. Also, abstaining is important.
No, it's fucking not.
I agree with
Not at the federal level. State level, sure, you can allow that minutia, and you can explain that why you not taking an action on something that affects your constituents, whether you're for or against it,
For sure in a state
can
level.
be a thing.
No.
At federal level, fuck that noise. You are there to make laws.
I disagree. Sometimes inaction is an action. Or rather, abstaining is an action as well. It's not a dichotomy. There are three choices sometimes.
I feel like with an educated populace, there really shouldn't be an abstain. Because they should be able to say yes or no and defend it. But we're not an educated populace. People like, oh, I like the, Save the Whales Act, and inside it's to kill all the whales. Like, people just don't give a shit. They are,
Here's the thing, Phil.
very
If we don't have any more
They
whales
only
left,
read the
we've
title.
saved the whales.
We
Fuckers.
only read the title, but the rest of the bill that
Right.
has all the minutia that you would need to know is
Back to Alex Jones. Just the headline, not the actual article.
yeah.
Well, I agree with you in theory that we shouldn't have to have abstain votes because
But I also want vote of no confidence. So I'm asking a lot of the electorate of America, and I know that that's never going to happen.
It's true.
Prior to 2016, I would have said yes. After 2016, I'm going to be like,
Phil,
I don't know.
the
man.
Tea Party came into existence in 2009. That was the fall of America. As soon as we gave just uneducated racists a platform to defend.
I was still in the whole hippy dippy moment of they just need to be, enlightened, man. There's only going to be one out of a million that act like this. And it turns out that I was, obviously 1,000,000% wrong. So
Yeah.
that was sad.
Yeah, it's
Bunch of stubborn horses.
it's a
The
million
river's
out-
right there.
Yeah. It's a million out of
Still,
1.9
ivermectin.
Yeah. Horse joke. God damn
Sorry.
it.
Sorry, Micah. I couldn't stop myself.
It was perfect though.
I couldn't stop myself. I'm sorry. Micah, you were saying something?
I don't know. It wasn't as good as
Apparently it wasn't.
It wasn't as good as our horse joke.
We're having a good time with the
Say
downfall of
yay
America.
or nay. Okay, sorry. That was I had to.
I got it.
Okay, so
Okay.
horse
Show
jokes.
notes, fellas.
You needed to milk that. Commit to the bit.
Yay.
Yeah.
We need more than yay or nay.
Oh, that's...
Sometimes we need just a neither.
Yeah, no, that's bullshit at the federal level. In federal level.
I'm gonna be
State
a,
level?
I'm gonna be a
Yeah.
mule about this.
If you're because
or an ass about this. I don't know. I got nothing.
this whole chip on my shoulder is because of the arbitrary cap on the House members. So now, initially, a House member was meant to represent 50,000 people. Now they represent almost 1 million. And that's dumb.
I think it would behoove you to be a little more accepting of the fact.
Should I be a bit more broken? And
Are you saying
pliable?
that this is policy?
Hey, rein it in.
Full play, perhaps?
Fine.
Come on, Phil.
I'm trying my best.
No,
This
you
is-
save that for waterfowls. Not for foals.
Okay, the main
If it's like that,
objective
Phil,
here is
Here's the thing, if you want to get into the foal, you gotta start agreeing.
Mm-hmm.
It's better than foul.
That's true. It's better than foul. I like the main.
the main objective here is that we should probably wrap this podcast up.
Well, see, you gotta
We got
rear
time?
it up towards the end.
Yeah. Hey, did you guys know that the reason why the donkey is the Democratic mascot is because of... You're supposed to interject saying, no, that's not true, and then we all...
I believe it was
something.
true. They were like calling us asses. I say us, but they were calling the Democrats asses. And they just embraced the donkey as their.
No. It's because when Taft was president, every Republican would go say, look at the ass on that guy.
I knew it was Taft. It's always Taft.
Have you seen it? Fucking bootylicious. This milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
No, I'm pretty sure though that it was like some derogatory term that like was calling
Stubborn.
someone stubborn as an ass or something
Yeah.
like that. And they're like, yeah, okay, we'll embrace that.
Well,
Yeah.
It's just
Well,
Terrible.
my real topic is, isn't it obvious the donkey should no longer represent Democrats?
Yeah, because
Because it definitely be a turtle.
No, that's
Because it
Republican.
somehow stays there all the time, but it never actually does anything.
No, I think
Whoa.
no, that's the Republicans.
No.
because the head
Because their
is a
mascot.
fucking turtle.
Yeah.
Sure, but he's the turtle that doesn't have a shell. He's rejected his origin for the sake of his own improvement,
pretty
and
sure
he is just
Republicans
a
are like,
lizard.
Hey,
In fact, he wants.
I take exception
In
to
fact,
that.
he wants to be a snake. That's why his arms were black. He was going through a.
Okay, Alex,
bisection.
but listen.
All right, if you're looking at what
We all agree that he would be a Slytherin. Just saying, right?
Also, I saw a thing on Twitter about like where states fall in the houses, and wrong. All of it was so fucking wrong.
Oh, that's a good one. I should.
No,
look
it's
that up.
not. No,
No, I want to look it up and see how wrong it is, and then correct
it's
it.
so fucking wrong.
I wanna
In
do
fact,
that.
since we're recording, Sarah, Google that.
No, we can't.
Yes,
It's
no,
a rule.
no.
we can't.
Th-
We
This
can't.
is-
It's a rule.
It's
All right,
a
thanks,
rule.
Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
All right, thanks, Mom.
All right, now look it up while we're still fucking recording.
All right.
No.
Because it's fucking ridiculous.
Okay, what am I looking
Like
at?
30, go U.S. states Harry Potter houses.
Okay.
I think that'll probably get you whatever the map
So
is.
Minnesota's Hufflepuff, right?
Fuck no.
USA.
They put us as Slytherin.
Oh,
It's
really?
like, fuck no. If there's a state that's Gryffindor, it's us.
Yeah, I mean, we're surrounded by
Uh-huh.
assholes.
I would
Yeah.
agree. I would agree.
Right? I mean, that makes sense.
I mean, the Dakotas are like Ravenclaw.
What?
Well, they have a lot of mining knowledge.
They're like Hufflepuffs, man.
No, they're not. They're not that social. They're very isolationist.
Mm.
Like, Wisconsin might be Hufflepuff, but I think that strays a bit Slytherin.
Okay,
'cause
well,
shitload
this
of
one
rednecks.
said
Yeah,
this
no.
one says Minnesota is Ravenclaw, so that can't be the one you saw.
No.
Oh wait, here we go. This one maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one I saw that made me upset.
There's
I'm
a
not
lot of
Harry Potter
Slytherins
fan.
and
Yeah.
Ravenclaws, and
Which-
only 2
no.
Gryffindors,
Any
3
Hufflepuffs?
Gryffindors, and yes, there's like 4 Hufflepuffs.
Okay, let me
5
guess.
Hufflepuffs.
Let me guess one of the Hufflepuffs.
You're gonna be wrong.
Connecticut.
No,
No, that's definitely
Vermont though.
Yeah,
Yeah, that tracks.
but also like
Connecticut's actually Gryffindor.
Connecticut should be Slytherin
Nope.
because of all the tax laws.
It's Connecticut is actually Gryffindor.
Fuck no,
I
no,
know.
that is totally fucking
Pretty
wrong.
much
This
switch. Pretty much switch.
Like half of Connecticut's
Well-
GDP is a tax haven for other corporations.
I know.
They're either
Michigan.
Ravenclaw or Slytherin.
Michigan is Gryffindor, and
What?
and Utah is Gryffindor.
Oh,
which is
yeah,
fucking
that-
bullshit.
yeah.
No,
Calling
that-
bullshit.
If there was a
What?
Slytherin state, it'd be fucking Utah.
Yeah, Utah,
Yeah.
100%.
Okay, what's California?
But they're like a snake in badger's clothing. Like, because they seem like
No,
they're all happy
they're
and goody
Quaddle.
two
They're a
shoes.
snake with wings because they want to be
Hey,
Gryffindor,
don't
but
you-
they're really evil.
Don't you fucking
All right, I just need to
ruin
know
my dragon snake creatures?
what is.
No,
Gets
Quaddles are
Quaddle.
Quaddles are things
Quetzalcoatl.
in Mesoamerican religion.
Yeah, Quetzalcoatl. They're
Yeah,
they're
no, just
flying.
Quaddle. Quetzalcoatl is God. Just Quaddle as the subdivision of winged snakes.
Okay.
I don't know unless it's a Pokemon. Like the Natu thing. It's totally
Well-
Mesoamerican Pokemon.
Then it would be a Ravenclaw snake because Gryffindor is not.
Griffin.
No, it's a lion, you dumb fuck.
No, it's a griffin.
No, it's a
Yeah,
lion.
it's a griffin.
It's a lion. There's no wings
Right,
on
what,
it.
what is California? I just need to know.
You know why I
What
want
is
this
what?
recorded,
California.
Slytherin.
Right? No, fucking Hufflepuff.
I would agree, actually.
They're
Yeah,
all about just like
There's so
general
many
community.
of them. Yeah, they try very hard.
this is ridiculous. Whoever did this
Yeah,
just doesn't
it's
know what
Wrong.
they're
dumb.
doing.
They're wrong.
This is also.
But
They're
there's,
clearly like a Hufflepuff that just wants the rest of the country to suffer.
the rest of them all are saying like most of the states are Ravenclaw or Minnesota's Ravenclaw, which is like stupid.
I mean, I get it.
Maybe,
We have a lot of
maybe.
reach here.
We do.
Um,
U of M, yeah.
U of M is one of the highest research colleges in the country.
It is, and they do a lot of interesting things. So okay, I can get it. I can get it.
To me, dear listener,
Huh.
if you're still
I
listening
like
to
this one the best. This one's probably the most accurate. Oh, fuck it.
No, this is gonna be a 10-minute addendum we just released.
But this is gonna happen after the dudes,
Yeah.
and then it's just gonna be like, you're still listening to this. Why? We don't have any listeners. But if you are listening to
No,
this,
I think just put this up. The 10 minutes unedited,
okay,
including this.
is unedited, and I'm just gonna say that my take on the mascot for the Democratic Party is clearly a chameleon.
Oh, yes. I like that.
No.
I
No,
like
no,
it.
no,
we
no,
try
no.
so hard to fit in, but we're
No,
just
we just
lizards.
don't.
No, we are.
There's nothing wrong with lizards.
There's nothing wrong.
Really?
I feel the Democratic
Probably.
mascot
Chameleon.
should be a cuckooed bird.
No.
Yes.
Why?
Because the Democrats constantly shift the Overton window to the right. They never propose extreme left ideals.
See, I don't see Democrats as a bird.
No, they're a bird that's been hoodwinked.
It doesn't
Because
matter.
because they're a center-right party.
I still don't see them as
They're
a
corporatist.
bird. I just don't see bird in there.
No, they're cocooned. They are without a weak Democratic Party post-Reagan.
Okay, I'm not arguing with you about the hoodwinked bit of it. I'm just saying I just don't see the Democrats as having a bird in as their logo. It just doesn't work.
Oh.
It doesn't work for them as an image for me.
If there were gonna be a bird, wouldn't they be like the dodo?
No.
Because they're just,
Dumb and
They're not extinct.
Yeah,
they're still
They're not true lemmings either.
and they're not delicious enough to become
They're.
like the dodo.
I just think they're a cuckooed bird.
There's gotta
They're
be
a bird that
bird.
is suffering from having a cuckoo.
Well,
They're hoodwinked and they are not acting in their best interest.
Okay, I don't know what type of bird they would be, but I know what bird I would want them to be. And that would be
Penguin?
the Canadian geese.
No, they're
Just-
too angry.
Yeah,
Too angry,
no,
just assholes.
They
Like,
do not
that's
have. They do not have the spine to stand up to a car.
Well,
Canadian geese do.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. If I want them
Democrats
to.
don't though. So let's not lie. It'd be like saying Democrats are lions.
No. I'm saying in a ideal world, I would want them to live up
How about
to the assholeness of a Canadian.
See, I would like them
geese.
to live up to the assholeness of a swan, but actually have the power to back it up, and they'd be beautiful.
Yeah.
They're actually way angrier than geese in some respects.
Yeah.
They're
No,
just
they're
not
not
as
much
common.
assholes.
Mm-hmm.
They are. They're just not as much. They don't group like geese do in the same
It's a
way.
sample size bias. We just don't see them as often because
Yeah.
Canadian geese are just everywhere pooping all over
Man,
the place.
I've never been bit by a goose, but I have been bit by a swan.
What?
I'm pretty sure I would strangle a fucking bird. If it
Pretty
ever
sure I
did.
would punch any bird in the neck if it bit me again. I was just very startled.
I remember one time one of the turkeys scared the shit out of me walking back to my car after work.
Wild turkeys, they're great.
No, they're not.
By
Are
that
they
I
tasty?
mean, probably not. They're probably gamey.
Wow.
Yeah,
I mean, I would try. I was like, I'd try it, but
yeah.
There's
I'm sure
a-
the skin to be
there's a
pretty
couple
tasty.
of wild turkeys
Bit oily.
wander through my backyard every fucking day. They just make their rounds. They just go over here, and then they go to my neighbors, and they wander across the street, and they just, I don't know, it's weird.
I want to eat one. Is that bad?
No.
Okay.
Oh, that'd be bad.
Well, I don't know if it's against the law to eat.
Probably not. Maybe?
It's against the law to kill Canadian geese. I don't think there's any but turkeys. There might be a season for it,
I don't know.
but I don't know if that's dealing with metropolitan
Sounds like something
politics
else
gets
to-
to be.
Sounds like something I have to Google.
4 blocks over there, it's different than 8 blocks
Well,
over there.
Let me rephrase it. If I saw someone kill a turkey and I was there and I just have it on my cell phone just recording, a bee,
Do you want to address it?
I would be like, I'm calling the cops to this guy. Like, he just killed an animal. Like, what's going on? Like, this.
What? Would you do the same thing if somebody ran over a raccoon?
Or shot a squirrel that was on their bird feeder?
Huh.
Yeah, squirrel, yes,
Yeah,
because you're not
fuck
supposed
squirrels.
to shoot squirrels.
Really?
Even though squirrels are assholes. Yeah.
I don't know.
I suppose.
Really? Because I feel
What,
like
tree propagation?
I mean, I suppose you don't want to shoot squirrels like in an urban or a city.
No, not even a.
But like, what about?
Okay, here are the laws. You're not supposed to do anything to squirrels. Like, you can't shoot them with a water gun. You can't throw rocks at them. You're not supposed to, you're supposed to leave them alone.
Why? They're so annoying.
Because it's clearly.
They're like rats with poofy tails.
That live
Just
for 20 years.
Slightly cuter.
Also, the U of M mascot, because the original artist just.
Didn't know what a gopher was.
So he made a squirrel.
Yeah, he made a. Yeah.
He made a squirrel.
That makes sense.
Hence the long, fluffy tail that gophers
With-
don't fucking have.
Gophers have the stripes, but.
Yeah, the stripes. They don't have the big ass
not
tail
the
and the big buck
tail.
teeth.
Yeah. God,
Well,
Jesus.
it's
And his
like
name
a-
is Bucky, isn't it?
No.
No, that's Bucky Badger. Just kidding.
No.
Sorry, that's Wisconsin.
It's
How
golden.
could you?
Goldie.
Alright.
I don't know. They're all.
Because we're the golden squirrels, gophers.
All right, so I vote
Yeah.
for chameleon. Micah, you say it's a
cuckooed bird.
a cuckoo bird.
Like
and
it's a
then-
nest with a question mark above its head.
Are you
with
going
something
to-
else that's a
I
monster?
would.
Are you going to abstain?
I mean, no. I'm gonna vote for the chameleon because the lizards are in my best interest.
But you know what? You took a stand.
I did.
And that's
Yeah.
better than any federally elected official. Thank you for my TED Talk. Good night, and good luck.
Good night, sweet prince.
See you guys next week. Our one listener.
Who's back?
Take a bullet for you, babe.